Hello viewers, it's been a while since you've seen this thing, I'm sure. This is the Mk2 TDI build. Now this is a quick and dirty video with no fancy editing, no fucking about, just I'm going to show you around at where we're at here at the minute. So cue the intro, which is probably about as much editing as I'm going to do, and let's have a look. And yeah, got a haircut. Okay, so long-time viewers of the channel might remember this. This is Veronica. Now, Veronica is a 1984 Golf C diesel, and she's one of the oldest Mark II Golf diesels left in the UK anyway, because we only got the diesel shortly afterwards, whenever it came out. So, yeah, this one was built in July 1984, and she's now MOT exempt, so there you go. Anyway, this car underwent a massive restoration. 2 floor pans, 2 chassis legs. It was put up on a spit. Hey, I'll throw some pictures in. But yeah, that was unbelievably 4 years ago, because life gets in the way. Money happens. You change jobs 3 times. You change house 3 times. Shit happens. Anyway, so this is Veronica. Now, I haven't worked on this in a long time, and I thought to myself, really, it's about fucking time I got to work on it. Now, the biggest problem with this car, as I'm sure a lot of you car enthusiasts with multiple project cars can attest to, is that most of the parts from it got stolen to keep that one on the road. And that one's not on the road anymore, so it's time to steal all the fucking parts back and stick it onto this, which is why you can see that it's up in the air, getting parts taken off. So yeah, Veronica got a complete strip down and not a fully finished rebuild, because also that one got in the way. But we're getting back to her now. So the plan with this one was, it was going to be, because it's an early car, I wanted a TDI in it, because I fucking put TDIs in everything, you know what I'm like. But I wanted it to still look like an early car, so I wanted small bumpers. I wanted to keep the lack of side trims. Didn't want fancy arches or anything. I wanted it to stay 4x100. Didn't want to go fucking wide track or any of that shit. Annoyingly, I wanted the small stocks, but we'll get on to that later. Because she's so base spec, she had the wee small center console. In fact, you can see the 4+E gear knob to show you just how base spec she was. Although I think they did just come with a 4-speed, I'm pretty sure they did. Anyway, yeah, so this was my 3rd car. I've had this over 10 years now. Drove it every day up and down to uni. It was a 1.6 straight diesel. And now, as you'll see, yep, I'm going to be that guy who does it all on camera without fucking cutting. Nope, I'm not. I'm going to have to cut. Hang on. Clearly the bonnet catch doesn't work as well as I thought it would. Anyway, so now, as you can see, she's no longer a 1.6 straight diesel. It's a 1.9 TDI from a Mark III Golf. It's got the O2A gearbox, the standard one it's meant to have. Had to change the expansion bottle, because obviously she'd have had the earlier type. And a complete strip down and relume. Now, I've gone full Mark III everything. So in the slam panel, which you can't really, you can maybe make it out, can you? Well, you can see where I've written horn wiring. I've got the Mark III headlight loom, which goes along the slam panel nice and tidily, which means you can just unplug that and take the slam panel off without having to fuck about. It's got the bigger radiator from the Mark III. What else have I done? Oh yeah, I had fucking shaft legs and welding in here too. Not finished with the welding work, as you can see, but you know, she didn't get the windows out, so maybe someday. Yeah, so what's left? Well, the brake servo, etc. are all from the Mark III as well. I've no intercooler setup. I did have a setup in that, which was like a early learning center, my first intercooler setup. Fucking where it sat here, kind of like a GTD, but with none of the ducting going in to actually get her to the intercooler, so I can't imagine it was that effective. I'm going to try and go for a stealth approach using the original Mark III intercoolers pipes, where it comes along down here and down into the side. Now obviously it won't fit properly because this is a small bumper. Apparently you can make them fit if you go for a big bumper, but this part of the cutesiness of this is a completely innocent looking small bumper. So I'll work something out. There's tons of options out there. Some people do sprinter intercoolers. I don't know. I haven't really looked into it, to be honest. I just want to get it on the road for now. Regarding airbox mass airflow sensor, I have a 1.6 TDI airbox in the garage, which isn't here yet. Well, it's here, but it's not in the car yet. And I grafted the mass airflow sensor onto it, and then meets the standard airbox, so that looks all factory and tidy. What else is there? There's an EGR delete. You can't see it there, but that's part of the charm. What else is there? Yeah, it's got injectors with bigger nozzles from a T4. I didn't do that. I just bought them as they were because I was told it was a nice handy upgrade. Demobilized ECU, so I don't have to worry about running the wee transponder thingy. And it's also been remapped, apparently. But again, I haven't driven it with that, so I don't know. Let's have a look at inside. So, this is where the mess is. You can see those are the donor clocks sitting there, so I knew what mileage was on them. The Vault Boy there, for some reason, find him in the boot. This hasn't been on the road for quite some time, this car, so... yeah, I managed to find an interior. Well, it's her interior, but it's not her interior. Like, it's a later model interior, but it's one that I put in years ago because the original interior was destroyed. Unfortunately, in coming back to it, I also fixed the door, it didn't open properly. In coming back to working on it, I've had to make some changes to my plan, so I'll explain that. So those of you that maybe came here from the TDI swap videos, the original plan was to have all the CE2 wiring, but splice the ends or change the pins to make it all look CE1. So the early cars came with the thin stocks, kind of like a Mark 1 Golf, and then they changed that to thick stocks, and then they changed it to CE2 stocks. I wanted this to look complete sleeper and have nobody have any clue that it's a TDI. But unfortunately, I looked back at some of the work I did, and being honest, I wasn't happy with it. And sign of a bigger man I can accept, yeah, that's shit. Let's just fucking get rid of that. So at the time when I was building this, the Blue Golf was on the road and being used. Now it's not, so I've been pillaging some parts to do it better, and I'm just going to go see full CE2. I've accepted for handiness, reliability, there's no point fucking about with the wire, and it was probably fine. So unfortunately now I've got big stocks, and I've got a hazard light switch on the steering column. So now I've got a CE2 van with CE1 in it, and I've got a CE1 Golf with CE2 in it. Go fucking figure. But yeah, so unfortunately I've had to change the plan a little bit. But it is still going to look, you know, base spec Golf. I'm keeping that. I got rid of the ashtray ages ago and put a boost gauge there when I had a 1.6 TD in it. I think I'm going to change that to a wee cup holder because I drank a lot of coffee on the road. But other than that, I'm just going to put the solid interior in. I did get a load of material for this and I can't fucking find it anywhere. I got lovely maroon tartan and black vinyl to like cover the hard surfaces. I wanted it to be luxurious as well. You know, I was torn between base spec and fancy. I think I'm just going to put it back together and fucking drive the thing now because, you know, I miss it. So this weekend's been crazy busy then because I've been stealing the parts from that. Now, one problem I did have, let's have a look here, is the pedal box. Now, I had two pedal boxes, both the like hydraulic clutch type. One's from a Passat, one's from a Corrado. And this one here, I can't remember which this one's from, I'll be honest. I got them both at the same time, I don't fucking remember. This one doesn't have any bracket for the electronic throttle, fly-by-wire throttle, whatever you want to call it. And the one that was in the Blue Golf was. So today I had to take out everything basically in the driver's side footwell to swap the pedals and to put the clutch master cylinder in from that one. The clutch master cylinder, which as you can see is buried down there. Brand new one, so that better not fucking break on me. Anyway. So I swapped them over because I couldn't find the little bracket that my friend Jack at JT Fletcher Engineering made up for the throttle for that one, and I don't know where it is, so well. The next problem I had was this. This is really rare. Not in a cool way, but just in a, oh, that's rare. Because Volkswagen changed the design of this because they didn't like it, because it was shit. Anyway, this is an original 1984 steering column. Now, it's collapsible, which means if you're in an accident, where are we? It has been badly welded. Anyway, this bit here, which would go into a rubber bushing, would separate, and then the whole thing would collapse in on itself so that you don't get impaled by a steering wheel. This probably would have been disastrous anyway if it stayed in the car, because it's been welded solid because it kept collapsing and wouldn't go back together. You can't get parts for them anymore because even Volkswagen themselves were like, no, this was a dumb idea. So really, really early Mark II Golfs have these, and then they changed it to still a big one, still like fit to take the other stocks, but they changed the design of it. And yeah, that's a pain in the ass. I was sad to lose this because it's meant to have this. This is the really early one, so I thought that's cool, but it's actually a total pain in the ass. You can see the rubber bush in there, actually. Yeah. Anyway, so that meant I had to take the steering column out of the other car, so now that's why, unfortunately, it's got CE2 stocks. Now, even though I spent ages depinning and splicing the CE2 wiring loom to fit CE1 ends, and I even like made an adapter that took the hazard light switch from the column all the way up to the dash again, like it's meant to be. I spent a lot of time doing that, but unfortunately it is what it is. So I've stolen all the wiring from the Blue Golfs, and yeah. And for those who care, no, I haven't done a single other thing in the Mark II van. I haven't been here in weeks, so it's there, it'll happen, but the one that has more of a chance of being on the road is more important, so that will stay for now. The other shit thing about having the later steering column is that I had to put on a big spline steering wheel. Now, I know I can remove the adapter and then I can put a small steering wheel back on, but the bearing puller is at my dad's place, so I don't have one here. So I will do that at some stage because I wanted to have this steering wheel, the 4-button one, which was in my GTI, but actually originally I had it in this. You can't see it there, but you know what, we'll walk around and I'll show you because it's so super fucking cool. I got it from some guy in Europe somewhere. Really hard to find. Over here, UK and Ireland, is the centre for that says turbo diesel. So fucking cool. That goes there. And then boys be like, holy fuck, that's a turbo diesel, boys. Unreal. So yeah. And before you ask, no, it still doesn't run, and that's because I haven't had a chance. I know what's wrong with it. I think the pump timing is out, so I basically just need to retime it. But whenever I connected the battery up to it there before taking it out here, the starter did work, so I think all my wiring's still fine. That's why the timing belt cover's been off, although that's a bit iffy looking now. I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe I'll take it off and clean it whenever I'm adjusting the timing, but I think that's why she wouldn't start before. The timing was just not happy. So what I'm going to do is going to come back another weekend, try and get stuck in and finish the last couple jobs. The brakes are on. I stole the brakes from that, which is why the front's up. This is where we talk about what's still to be done, I guess. The front brakes are on. I got new discs and pads for it there too, because I stole the ones that are on it for that bitch right there. Yeah, so she's going to need the brake lines. I'm stealing from that because they were all copper, like replacements. They were all mint. So I'm just lifting them straight off and putting them onto this. I need to do that. I need to bleed the clutch then. And I need to take the exhaust off of this because it's the same downpipe and same exhaust. So literally just going to lift the whole thing off as one unit, put it onto this. What else? And then it'll just be a case of getting it running, double checking any last wiring gremlins, stealing the door handles from the other car. Just stupid shit like that, you know. There's really not a lot left to it, but it would be so fucking good to have this car back on the road again. I love this thing. So, yeah. So there we are. Quick and to the pointless. That's Queen's still need to say. Just a quick update on this video because boys do be asked to like, when are you going to work on the TDI swap again? So it is happening. It is happening, I promise. I'll hopefully have it on the road. I'll have it on the road by the end of this year for definite, but I get on the road by the end of this month, by the way. I mean, she's one of the oldest ones left, and it's the 40 years of golf this year, so in UK and Ireland, before all the people in Europe are like, oh, it came out in 1983. So I'd really like to get it done for that, just for personal achievement's sake, and plus I do a lot of miles these days. Well, not that many, but I do a decent enough amount of miles, so having the 60 mpg out of the TDI would be a great job, so yeah. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. This has been a quick little thing just to give you something else to watch in between all the history videos and shit like that. I have a script written for another history video. People in South Africa or people who are interested in the city golf are going to be very intrigued by that one, because that's, spoiler alert, that's what it's about. So yeah, I have it written, just need to record it. Yeah, this has been 427 Motorsports. I've been Homo. Thanks very much for watching, and good luck.